Welcome back to the Olympic Saddledome in Calgary. Czechoslovakia 3, Canada 3 after 2 periods of play. And we're back to the live action of period 3. Here's Brent Sutter breaking in for Canada. Trying to center one, loose in front. Knocked away, and Czechoslovakia break up. Could be a 2-on-1 break, but Hrdina couldn't get control of it as Norman Rochefort made a good play defensively for Canada. Now it's Crossman for Canada. Into center ice to Messier. Hrdina intercepts. Back in he comes. And the play is offside at Team Canada's blue line. I'm Dan Kelly. Ron Roosh alongside. Czechoslovakia with Liba, number 11, controlling in center ice. Liba over onto the wing for number 27, Flock, but the play is offside.
Well, Canada seems to be involved in another one of those very tough games against Czechoslovakia. You know, we talk about the rivalry with the Soviet Union, but behind the scenes, Czechoslovakia has supplied some of the toughest games. If we look at Igor Liba, one of the stars for Czechoslovakia. Back in 1955, Canada beat the Soviet Union 5-0 to win the World Championship, but the toughest game the Penticton Bees had in that championship was against Czechoslovakia. They had a really rough time in that game.
Canada facing tough opposition tonight, and they're not surprised, I'm sure, at that. Here's Tocchet knocking a Czech player flying. Puck cleared in, and Coffey gets it from Fuhr. Paul Coffey into center ice. Ryan Kropp firing it in. Hasek sets it up for Horsheva. Over now onto the other side to Dolezal. At center ice, Canada knocked it down. Canada on the attack. Here's Kropp. Fires one wide of the net. And Hrdina comes back. Hrdina trying to clear it in. Broken up, and here's Larry Murphy. Canada on the attack. Here's Gretzky. Shoots off the glove of Hasek. And then high. Murphy gets it. Canada attack again. Gretzky to Murphy. Murphy closing in. Centered one off the skate. Penalty coming up to Czechoslovakia. And a stoppage in play. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
Well, the referee, Mike Noeth, has called, I believe, a too many men on the ice penalty. Lubina is going to serve it. Canada will go on the power play once again. Just to complete that thought on those tough games, might remember Trail Smoke Eaters back in 1961, the last time Canada won a world championship. They beat the Soviets in the final game 5-1 in that game against Czechoslovakia in that tournament, a 1-1 tie. So that's carried on since then, too.
Canada with the man advantage. Here's Coffey getting it to Mario Lemieux. Now to Gretzky. Gretzky centered it right from the slot. They score! Paul Coffey! Well, you know that Gretzky knows where Coffey is, and Coffey knows where Gretzky is, and it just worked there.
Well, in this case, a deflected shot. Coffey pinching in, and he got a puck that came out in front. He was in perfect spot. Now, there's Gretzky. He put it right on the net, and it went off Hasek, off a leg. Coffey pinching in to flood the zone. He came up with a puck. Great athlete always seems to find a loose puck like that. And there's no question about the quality of an athlete that Paul Coffey is. So Gretzky will draw an assist on it. Canada again on a power play takes the lead.
Paul Coffey gets the goal, a power play goal. Here's Sutter for Canada. Brent Sutter breaking in. And he's checked from behind by Rochefort. Turned around onto the board. Norman Rochefort a drive. Hasek just got a piece of that. Held in at the other point by Crossman. Now, again, Canada holding it in, but Czechoslovakia break the center, and here's Ruzicka. Moves in, his shot blocked at the defense by Doug Crossman. Brent Sutter feeding it off the boards. Horsheva has it for Czechoslovakia. Back checking is Mario Lemieux. Mario loses to Ruzicka. Ruzicka trying to feed it through into the corner for Rochal. He's checked, and it's cleared out of there by Canada. And will go the length to the ice. Cadlat's back to touch it. That's icing against Canada. And the scoring play for Canada, copy from Gretzky and Mario Lemieux. 2:06 the time, a power play goal.
Well, look at the Team Canada bench with Gretzky in the foreground, giving a little... They're playing very well in this period so far, Dan. There seems to be a little more cohesion. What was happening in the second period that allowed Czechoslovakia to get back in the game was Canada was missing just by that little bit. Passes were just that slight bit off, and you could see the thought behind the plays and the quality of the plays, but they were just a little bit off. They seem to be getting their legs now.
Dale Howard-Chuck gets knocked down. Here comes Czechoslovakia. Kuchera leaving it, and the shot by Yashko goes up high and into the crowd. 16:31 left in the third period. Number 12, Jan Yashko.
Well, we talk about Czechoslovakia. There are two cultures, of course, in the country, the Czechs and the Slovaks. There are 4 Slovaks on this team. Yashko is one of them. He and Koshek played for Slovan Bratislava. We mentioned that was the team that the 3 other Slovaks that we know quite well, the Stasnys, came from. Bošík and Lima are also Slovaks. So of the 23-man roster, 19 of them are Czechs, and there are 4 Slovaks. Fans getting up for this.
Problem with the glass that has delayed things right now. And Mike Noah, the referee, is drawing that attention to someone.
Czechoslovakia has been part of the World Ice Hockey Federation. I guess they're the charter member right back in 1908. They joined the World Ice Hockey Federation. So the tradition is very strong in that country. And so it carries on, and they continue, of course, to be very, very competitive on the world scene. This is Labatt Canada Cup. Involved down there as the wave goes round and round the Olympic Saddle Dome. They've been hammering the glass back into its seat there with hockey sticks. Kevin Collins, the linesman's involved. And I don't think they've got it seated back in there. Now they've got some of the building maintenance people. Now we talk about Czechoslovakia and Team Canada. 1976, the very first Canada Cup. One of the greatest hockey games I've ever seen. One of the greatest goaltending performances I've ever seen. Involved Rogi Vachon was in goal for Canada. And Vladimir Zurilla for Czechoslovakia was one of 2 high-quality goaltenders that Czechoslovakia had during that Canada Cup. Jerzy Holak was the other. Well, it's 4-3. Canada leading. Boy, the fans have picked it up, Dan.
Mike Keenan looking on from Canada's bench. Mike Keenan, of course, the coach of Jean Perron, John Muckler, and Tom Watt, the assistant coaches. And they're having a heck of a time with the glass thing they're trying to repair here.
That's become quite an operation down there. Well, I guess if you can't do anything else, Dan, you beat it into submission. Isn't that the way?
Both teams have taken the ice. Now the teams are sent to their respective dressing room or to their respective benches. Canada with a 4-3 lead here in the early part of the third period. A power play goal by Paul Coffey, assisted by Gretzky and Mario Lemieux. Face-off coming up in Team Canada's end of the ring. Gretzky out there against Verdina. And Canada win the draw. And here's Rick Tocchet, number 22, a goal scorer tonight, firing it in. Ryan Propp in there in the corner. Propp trying to center. He gets knocked down. And here comes Hrdina for Czechoslovakia. Trying to work around Hartsburg. Hrdina hits the side of the net. And Gretzky leaves it for Hartsburg. Hartsburg with Paul Coffey. Gives it to Coffey. Now to Tocchet. Tocchet is checked, but Coffey follows up. Paul Coffey gets it into the corner. And Czechoslovakia try and work it out of there. There's Tocchet up there doing some forechecking. Broke it up, but now Hrdina. Into center ice. Hrdina gets it back again. Backhander. Ure came out, made the save. And Hartsburg carries back for Canada. Gives it to Gretzky. Back to Hartsburg. Flips it. Wide of the goal. Gretzky there, centered. Shot by Gartner. Saved by Hasek and then cleared away. Gartner with a great chance. Here's Goulet to Ross for to Gretzky. Couldn't get it in front. And Czechoslovakia starts back. Dolezal to Bolek. He's taken out by Gartner. And now a penalty coming up to Canada on the play. Hasek on the delayed penalty against Canada. Feeding it into Liba. Gartner took a whack at him. And now a high sticking penalty called against Canada. And Czechoslovakia, trailing by a goal, will have the man advantage.
And in there goes Norman Rushmore. High sticking at 5:03. Just the second penalty that Canada has received. Here it comes up against the boards and moving in is Bolek. And boy, I don't know whether he took Bolek, but he also took his own teammate Mike Gartner, who had moved in and got a high stick at the same time from Rushmore. So a little intense action along the boards.
So Czechoslovakia with a man advantage. Canada earlier in this period took the lead on a power play. Here's Ruzicka, but Canada win the face-off and cleared around, and Messier breaks up. Messier has Sutter with it. Mark Messier trying to cut in, but he's checked from behind by Horseshoe. Messier steals it. Center to Sutter. He's knocked off the puck. And Poshak comes back. Poshak, number 21. Poked away from him. Cadlat holding it in to Rashaw. In behind to Ruzicka. Back to Rashaw. On the point. Horseshoe to Rashaw. Centered across to the other side. Pure the save. Ruzicka whack at the rebound. The original shot taken by Poshak. And Canada cleared away. 1:15 left in the penalty. Here's Rashaw. Dropping it to Horseshoe. Now Gartner and Gilmore out to kill it off. But Czechoslovakia break the center. Rashaw trying to stick handle in. He's tied up by Gartner, and Gartner fires it away for Canada. 50 seconds left in the penalty. Hasek over on left wing to Bainoff. He's tied up by Gartner. Now Staviana to Poshak. Into Ruzicka. Back on the point. Shot right on as Cadlax let it go, and Pure made the save. Gilmore after a loose puck. But Bainoff is there. And number 9, Bainoff has it for Czechoslovakia. Gartner into forecheck, but here's Hrdina. Into center ice. Moving in with Bolek. Hrdina still with the puck. Hrdina. Now to Bolek. Back to Hrdina, to Staviana. Over to Hrdina. Side of the net to Bolek. He scores! Bolek ties this game up on a pretty passing play. And the power play for Czechoslovakia cashes in.
I think that may have gone off Hartsburg, who was at the side of the net. Watch, Hartsburg goes down. I think he put it in his own net. Puck came out. Bolek was passing it out in front. I think he was looking for the man out in the deep slot. There it is. Now watch. Hartsburg went to his knees. And into the net it went. And suddenly we've got a 4-4 tie here.
That goal at the 7-minute mark here in the third period.
3 minutes left, 3 seconds left in the power play. So they've exchanged power play goals here in this third period. Canada's in a battle.
It's nail-biting time. Canada 4, Czechoslovakia 4. Loose puck chased by Cadlax. In there forechecking. Howard Chuck got it in front, but it's picked off, and Yashko, number 12, clears it for Kuchera, and Bork is there for Canada. Bork feeding one to Lemieux. Mario Lemieux can't catch up with it. He's out on the forward line with Dineen and Howard Chuck. Czechoslovakia. Kuchera breaking out to Horseshoe. Horseshoe loses to Mario Lemieux. Now Murphy takes over for Canada. Murphy on the attack to Howard Chuck with a blast off the glass. Bounced near the net. Yashko there to clear it. He gets knocked down. Here's Dineen. Back to Murphy. Murphy trying to center, but Yashko for Czechoslovakia starts back. He's checked, and here's Brian Kropp with Dineen. Kropp with a shot. Fired that wide. And it bounces all the way to center ice. Mario Lemieux to Kropp. But in the zone already was Dineen, and it's offside. 4-4. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
Just to give you the official scoring on that power play goal that tied the game, Polek from Staviana and Maradina at the 7-minute mark. We've got 11:53 left in this game, and it's a tussle for sure. Canada seemingly at times taking control, but Czechoslovakia bouncing right back.
Here's Gretzky out-centering a line with Tocchet on one wing, Propp on the other. But right now, Czechoslovakia, and Flock breaking in. Gives it to Liba. He ran into Poshek. Now at the point. Steinach a shot. Broken up or stopped by Pure, and Canada starts back. There's Coffey trying to flip it in. Intercepted. Now back comes Gretzky. Gretzky breaks in. Takes the shot. Feeds it to Tocchet. Tocchet got it in front. Gretzky trying to work it free. Gretzky gets checked, and Flock on right wing, number 27 for Czechoslovakia. Has Poshek and Liba with him. Gives it to Liba. And Gretzky back checking intercepts. Gretzky for Canada. Gretzky flipping it over for Rochefort. And it came outside the zone. Shot back in, but Czechoslovakia breakout. Flock breaking in. Flock shoots. Big save, Pure. On Russ the slap. Flock who was in alone, and Pure with an excellent glove save.
Oh, the reactions, and this is strictly reaction on the part of Brent Pure. He's cold. He's got no help. Big save.
Normand Rochefort for Canada. Long pass into center ice. Here's Doug Gilmour from the St. Louis Blues, trying to center it for Team Canada, but couldn't. And back comes Czechoslovakia. Ruzicka, number 17. He gets knocked down. Now Michel Goulet. Goulet firing it in. And back to get it is Kadlatz, number 5. Lost it. Was there to recover and give it to Labina, number 18. He cleared it up. Canada right back in. Here's Gilmour. Stand on his shot. And it's shot away by Sherban. Canada couldn't hold it in. The puck back in the neutral ice area. And hustling back is Murphy. Into center ice for Brent Sutter. Brent Sutter tried to feed Claude Lemieux. He's checked. Now Larry Murphy to Messier. Messier barging by a man. Messier to Claude Lemieux. A whack at it. But back of the goal, Horsheva trying to clear it. And did get it out of the zone. Murphy back after it. Larry Murphy. It's tied up. Cleared back in, and Bourque has to go back for Canada. 9:27 left. 4-4 Canada and Czechoslovakia. No overtime in the tournament games until the playoffs. Here's Messier trying to center. And now Czechoslovakia breaking out. A lead pass to Kuchera, but knocked away by Canada. And here's Claude Lemieux. To Mario Lemieux. Intercepted. Hrdina dumping it in, and Coffey back for Canada. Dolezal pinching in, centered it. Comes to the point. The shot from the point, and a big save there as Botique let it go. Pure made it and then held on. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
Well, no question about Grant Pure's concentration in this game. Botique with some traffic in front of him. Hartsburg was right there, and jamming away was Hrdina, is also trying to distract Pure. He was right on that shot, made the save.
Mario Lemieux wins the faceoff. Doug Crossman controlling for Canada. Crossman and his defense partner right now work it out of the zone, namely Rochefort. And Canada coming on the attack in this 4-4 game. Howard Chuck. But it's knocked down, and knocked down with a high stick, and they get a stoppage in play. 8:31 left in the third period.
Shots on goal have narrowed right down to 34-31 favor Canada. There's Kevin Dineen, who's had a lot of experience, starting with the 1984 Olympics, played in the 85 World Hockey Championship, the 87 World Hockey Championship. He's
Rendezvous.
This played Rendezvous, of course. Another one of those guys that have become such an important part of Canada's efforts. The grinders, the guys who will do all that work in the corner for you. You can't win championships without them, especially on this level.
Gretzky with Prop and Tocchet for Canada. Gretzky couldn't get it in front. And Bolak battles with Gretzky on the boards. Held in by Canada, and Sherbaum back to get it to Dolezal. Dolezal playing it off the boards to Hrdina. That would have been offside, but it's intercepted by Canada and cleared by Hartsburg. Away comes Gretzky. Staviana intercepts that and flips it away. And Hartsburg goes back after it. Giving it to Paul Coffey. Coffey to center. Liba checked him. Czechoslovakia with Poshak moving in. Shoots! He fired that just off the target. And it's loose in center ice. Now Canada with Gretzky. Gretzky with Gartner with him. Gretzky to Gartner. Hit the side of the net. Poshak got his hand on it anyway. And right back comes Flock. Giving it to Poshak, trying to go around Bork. Centered it. Shot banned in midair by Bork as it was deflected by Oliva. Or at least by Fuhr as it was deflected by Oliva. And that was a close call.
Oh, what a play. Now here's Poshak going in and watch Oliva. He gets his skate on it. The puck bounces up high. Now this could have gone into the net. But again, those great reactions from Fuhr. Again, Poshak, Oliva, off his skate, then off his stick, and up high. That was labeled. It was heading in underneath the crossbar. I'll tell you, this game, it's been Fuhr who's been the most important cause. Czechoslovakia has put in enough effort here to have a lead in this game now.
7:24 left in the third period. Normand Rochefort for Canada. Rochefort firing it in. Gilmore into forecheck. Gets help from Gartner, but Ruzicka breaks it up and shot it quickly to center. Got back in by Rochefort, and here's Ruzicka. Pass tipped down the ice, hustling after it, Lubina. Lubina gets behind the net. Rochefort took him out with a heavy hit. And Doug Crossman comes up with it. Crossman to Doug Gilmore. Gilmore ahead to Goulet. Goulet shot right on. Goulet in to try and get it. Now Gartner following up. Gartner pokes it behind the net. And Czechoslovakia breakout. Ruzicka shot at the center, but back comes Messier. Messier trying to go around the defense, and a diving check by Staviana to break it up, and Rochal tried to clear it, held in by Canada. Loose behind the net. Messier can't get it centered, and Rochal, number 10, losing it. Claude Lemieux drops it. Now here's Staviana. Staviana to Ruzicka, moving it into Rochal. Claude Lemieux breaking it up, beats Messier. But there defensively was Sherbaum to break it up, and they jam up on the boards. Puck coming loose to Claude Lemieux. Now to Messier. Less than 6 minutes to play. Canada 4, Czechoslovakia 4. Puck into the corner. Sherbaum tying up Claude Lemieux. Sutter trying to center. Sherbaum trying to shoot it away. Coffey to Brent Sutter. Knocked away from him. At the other point, Hartsburg held it in. Sherbaum doing battle with Brent Sutter. Now Claude Lemieux got it to Brent Sutter, centered, and it's knocked away by Hasek before Messier could get it. Breaking out for Czechoslovakia, Kuchera, number 14. Kuchera shoots one, and it goes up high over the glass into the crowd. 5:18 left. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
One of the things that has been mentioned often during the Canada Cup training camp is the fact that there are not enough top defensemen on this team. The only guy, Dan, who seemed to have thrown a lot of checks is right there, number 5. That's on Lubina. Normand Rochefort has thrown about 4 top checks back in his own zone, but the rest of the guys back there seem to be not playing the man as much. They're trying to fancy Dan the puck a little bit more than I think they should be.
5:15 remaining, third period. Larry Murphy controlling for Canada. Now here's Denis. Kevin Denis moving in to Mario Lemieux. Loose back of the net. Dolezal whacked it away, and Czechoslovakia work it to Hrdina. Jerzy Hrdina to center ice. Fires it in. Dolezal going in, but Fuhr out of the net. Clears it back out. And here comes Hawerchuk to Dineen. Dineen gets turned around. Dineen holding it in. Lemieux tipped it, but it was blocked and cleared out by Kadlec. Here's Dolezal leaving it for Hrdina. Shoots right on. Rebound comes on the other side to Dolezal. Over to Hrdina. He fanned on it. Canada back with Dineen. To Gretzky. Gretzky checked by Dolezal. And Bolek drops it back into his own zone. They get it back to Bolek. He just played it off the boards of Hartsburg back for Canada. To Prop. Prop for Canada, firing it in. Gretzky into forecheck. Hartsburg held it in at the point. Gretzky deflected it, but it went wide. Here's Prop to Gretzky. In front to Prop, knocked away by Boschik. Center, Prop, shot it wide. Here's Gretzky, centered again. But Czechoslovakia there to clear it out of there. Close call for Canada there. 3:45 left. Canada 4, Czechoslovakia 4. And Czechoslovakia pass to Poshak. Coffey hustles back for Canada. Paul Coffey has Gretzky with it. Coffey one-handing it, but it was off the side of the net, and Liba tries to clear it. Here's Coffey. Behind for Gretzky. Gretzky tied up by Sherborne. Centered. Backhander by Goulet. Poshak fell and got a piece of it. And now Poshak breaks out. Poshak for Czechoslovakia. Moves in, centered it. Goulet knocked it away. Poshak another shot. Again, blocked by Goulet. And Crossman played it off the board. Shot from the point. Blocked by Rochefort. Rochefort trying to clear it, and he cleared it too high. 2:54 left in the third period. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
That's young David Bolek right there. Great chance as, again, Canada right in there. Good backhand shot. That one now puts Hasek right flat on his back. Goulet let that one go. Puck rolled out the other side. Hasek has to feel a little bit fortunate. He's lost complete sight and control of the puck.
2:54 remaining. Canada 4, Czechoslovakia 4. Brent Sutter trying to break in, but Kadlec's back to get it, trying to clear it out. Rochefort at the point, trying to center, but cleared again by Czechoslovakia. And Crossman goes back for Canada. Crossman off the boards for Tocchet. He had fallen down. Now it's Horsheva shooting it back in. Back to get it is Crossman. Over to Claude Lemieux. Lemieux trying to set up Brent Sutter. Missed him with it, and Hasek clears it away. And Czechoslovakia work it out to Labina, number 18. Now over for Ruzicka, number 17. Ruzicka standing still but stick handling. Now has to retreat, and then it's fired back in by Polk. Here's Ray Bourque as Claude Lemieux got wrapped into the boards heavily. Back comes Bourque for Canada. Bourque flipping it in. In to get it is Dineen. Kevin Dineen doing battle, trying to work it free to Lemieux. Mario Lemieux to Dineen. Shoots! He shot it just wide. And it's cleared out by Czechoslovakia and over the glass. 1:37 remaining. This is the Labatt Canada Cup. There you see the time remaining, 1:37. Face-off won by Canada. Tocchet clearing it around for Prop. Stabian on Prop battle for it. Now held in by Canada. Gretzky, a deflection, went trickling right through the goal crease. And Sherborne cleared it out for Czechoslovakia. Here's Dolezal. The Bolek shoots. Oh, and Bolek almost won this game. Just fired it wide. Bolek can't get it centered, and Coffey fires it into center ice. Picked up by Prop. He dumps it in. Hasek cut it off. Sherborne back for Czechoslovakia. And Czechoslovakia come right out. Minutes to go. Shot in. Fuhr makes the save on Dolezal. Canada cleared, and here comes Gretzky. Gretzky with Tocchet. 2-on-2 break. Gretzky waits for the trailer. Prop shooting. Rebound. And looking 2-on-2 break. Gretzky forgot about the 2-on-2 and picked up the trailer prop, and that's when it all developed. Meanwhile, 45 seconds left. 4-4, Canada and Czechoslovakia. Scoring for Canada in this game, Rick Tocchet, Dale Howard-Chuck, Claude Lemieux, and Paul Coffey. Poschek, Horsheva, Volk, and Bolak have scored for Czechoslovakia.
And here in the third period, the two goals have been power play goals, and penalties have not been a big part of this game. Canada has only picked up 2 of them, of the total of 2, 4, 6, 7 that have been called in the game. The shots on goal at this moment, 40-36. Canada is in front of that department, but they had a big edge in the second period. Czechoslovakia gives them an awful lot of credit. They battled back. They regained control of a game I thought in the early stages of the second period they had started to lose control of. A young team that they said had a young defense. I saw Sherbon earlier on, 3 or 4 minutes ago, make a great play as he held off Coffey going in. And there you see Jan Starcy, the head coach, and right behind him, the captain of the 1976 Czechoslovakian team, Radek Pospisil, one of the great defensemen of Czechoslovakian history. Now an assistant coach, and coached the World Junior Championship team 2 years ago.
45 seconds left. Messier, Gretzky, and Propp up front. Coffey and Murphy move to the point men. It'll be Poschek against Messier on the faceoff. Remember, no overtime. Game will just go into the books as a tie. Canada 4, Czechoslovakia 4. Messier and Poschek. I think we're going to toss Poschek out of there. There they are.
Hrdina can do the job, too.
Well, Hrdina steps in against Messier. And the Czechs come up with it and clear it into center ice. Liba takes the shot, works in deeper. Czechoslovakia dropping one, but Messier there to tip it away. Messier and Gretzky 2-on-1 break. Messier couldn't get it around Stabiana. What a defensive play Stabiana just made to break up a 2-on-1 with Messier and Gretzky. 20 seconds left. Canada in control with Murphy. Murphy feeding Messier. Poschek out of the net, and it's quickly fired out of there by Czechoslovakia. 5 seconds left. Here's Propp shooting it in. Poschek to save. This game is over. And Czechoslovakia battles from behind to gain a 4-4 tie with Canada.
Well, they said they had a young defense. Again, I mentioned that play that was made by Sherbon on Coffey earlier in about 5 minutes ago, and then another play by Stabiana. He may be at the play of the game as a 2-on-1. You talk about your life coming before your eyes. How about this? Gretzky and Messier coming in on you 2-on-1. Stabiana bottled up the lane. There was no play to make for Gretzky except, or at least for Messier, except to put it across or on the net, and the lane was bottled up. He tried to put it across in any case, and Stabiana, I think, had the play of the game.
Czechoslovakia has to be pleased with a 4-4 tie here in the Canada Cup opener.
Well, the confidence builder. They've got by Canada, the host team now. They've got a point out of the game there. I think they're looking very good.
The final, Canada 4, Czechoslovakia 4. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
The Labatt player of the game for Team Czechoslovakia. Le joueur du match, Labatt, pour l'équipe de la Tchécoslovaquie. Le numéro 2, number 2, Dominic Hasek. The Labatt player of the game for Team Canada. Le joueur du match pour l'équipe Canada. Le numéro 31, number 31, Grant Fuhr.
This is Canada Cup 87, and Team Canada gets off to a 4-4 start with Czechoslovakia. No quibbling in the studio.